Hello, guys, ladies and gents. Welcome back to Playday for today's matchup against Team Wanted versus Machine Soldiers Academy. And I'm here joined by my co-caster, Uncooked. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well, pretty well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm excited for this matchup. Every
Yeah,
day in Talent League is always a eventful one, no matter how weird the games are. And we have a good one on our hands here. We have, like I just said, Machine Soldiers Academy versus Team Wanted. And according to the table and according to like recent results, especially for I want to talk about first Machine Soldiers Academy, they sit in second place with 2 wins and one draw. It's you know this game looks to be a bit even. I think both teams. I think Team Wanted actually have two draws, and they're in places at fifth place, and it's kind of like not the exact opposite because Machine Soldiers Academy have only 2 wins, one draw, and I'm excited to see what this game turns out to be.
yeah. If the other thing is, if Team Wanted win both maps, then that will put them up into second place. So it's really close between this top five right now. And the other thing to highlight though is the win that Team Wanted have was actually a forfeit win. So
Yes.
the only matches we've seen them play have been draws. So that kind of puts it into perspective, so to speak.
Yeah. And the two maps that we do have today for you guys is actually going to be Clubhouse and Coastline, and you know, more so Coastline, but both of these maps are like some of the more. It's kind of hard to explain, but more of the wild maps that we have on Siege. You will see some of the most creative plays coming out on both of these maps. Both of these maps have been out for the longest of times. Everyone knows how to play them, and it fits both of these maps fits perfectly in today's matchup. And
Yeah.
Clubhouse, have any opinions on that?
Um. Well, I think we'll probably talk about the first map, which I believe is Coastline. Which is it's had obviously last season we had the rework. And it became a lot more defender sided. I would definitely say. Um. Especially within the meta, and that penthouse site became really popular. Um. Especially for defending, as the VIP lounge now became a lot more able to be defended. That double window was really a massive problem back before the rework. So it's going to be interesting to see, because since the rework, Coastline has been continuously evolving, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how these defensive sides, and it's actually going to be Team Wanted starting on the defense here. It's going to be interesting to see, if they can find a new angle or find a different take on this map, which has tended to be a bit less on the popular side, so to speak.
Yeah, a lot of people, there's a love-hate relationship with Coastline from
Oh
the
yeah,
Siege
absolutely,
community.
yeah.
And like you said, with the rework, statistics have skewed to be a little bit more balanced on this map, which is what the rework was going for because defenders had such a hard time on it. For example, for VIP, they added the wall instead of the big window because if you just shot the window out as an attacker, that gives you that free peak or that free control of VIP basically, and then it made Penthouse not really defendable at all. Uh, and then they covered up some of the windows that you could see from the roof towards some of the hallways on Penthouse on the second floor. Now you can't camp on roof like that anymore. It's a lot more viable to defend a lot of these sites, and even service entrance. Now that's the biggest part about well, no, apart from VIP, is service entrance. You can't plant by that door anymore. You actually
Yeah.
have to get inside, and it's created a lot of creativity on that site as well as Penthouse and Theater because a lot of people are now starting to go there. And you could say the same about Clubhouse, but Clubhouse didn't really get a rework. It just got some changes, really.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it. So there's kind of a contrast between the two maps we have here today. And I think we are going to be getting into our first map, which is Coastline, very shortly. Um, in the meantime, do you have any players you specifically want to, are looking out for
Um,
in this matchup?
I can't remember a couple of these players. I'm looking at Yayo. I'm looking at Deco. I'm looking at for the side team wanted those other players, and then for the side of Machine Soldiers, I'm looking at Adrian, really, and also I want to say Den as well. Den is like the captain here, and we had an interview with him last time, and we are gonna head into the first map. Now, it's I don't like it's still the beginning of the season, so it's hard for me to really figure out what player I want to pinpoint first. But I've seen a lot of impressive plays from both teams. Despite Wanted getting their forfeit win, they have had some pretty impressive plays and pretty impressive results. And the same thing goes for Machine Soldiers. I mean, they are in second place, and they're above some of the teams that were expected to be finishing in the upper half of the table this season, like Blue Jays and uh, other teams and stuff like that. But we do get the first ban. I don't want to talk about it because it's just the same old Thatcher ban. Even on Clubhouse, I mean not Clubhouse, but Coastline, it's a little bit weird to see a Thatcher ban. Because there are so many other ops that you could ban, really. And the second ban is going to be the Buck, and Buck is very useful on Coastline because he can provide vertical pressure from below and above. It's a bit some interesting bans apart from the Thatcher one.
Yeah, I think the Kaid as well is quite a standard ban. Um, and actually, one thing just to bring up, you said that this matchup seemed quite even, right? The community, however, does not agree. 63% voted that Team WanteD were going to win this match, and another 16% voted for a draw, which means only 21 voted for Machine Soldiers Academy. So I'm looking for some big things. I'm hoping maybe we might see an upset at least for the community's eyes, because what's not to love there. We also get a look at this new HUD that we're seeing for the first time, and it's
What the heck?
slightly broken a little bit
What
just in
is
the
this?
beginning.
Nah, bro. What is this? What the heck? I'm so. I think. Okay.
There we go. It's all fixed now. Uh,
Oh my
this new
god.
season really
Attackers need to
is giving
locate and
some
defuse
certainly
as
some
many
wacky
bombs as they
stuff,
can.
and yeah, it doesn't look
Attackers
like
have
the HUD
discovered
has
the
changed too
location of a
much. I know
bomb.
that was a big worry for some people, especially in the competitive scene, but especially for the sort of esports, it doesn't look like it's changed too much. First sight now we're seeing here is that site that you highlighted, the kitchen service, and it's like you say, it's definitely quite an interesting one. And
Oh,
we well, we already had a player leave the game. I'm assuming that's going to be a
Attackers have
game
located
crash
a
or
bomb.
something
10
similar.
seconds remaining.
But until we
initiating
have
jump.
any official
5
confirmation,
seconds
this
remaining.
will continue out as normal. The call for a rehost
Attackers are heading out to defuse a
is
bomb.
coming through, and so we're going to be not getting into this matchup quite yet. And oh, well,
Oh my god.
new season starting off right, wouldn't you say, 1B?
That's kind of funny. With new seasons come new bugs, and Siege does not disappoint at all with that. So it's
Absolutely not.
you know, every UI change, there's always something new with this game, and whether that be good or bad. But um, uh, what kind of I'm curious because like I know you're new, but what kind of what kind of match are you looking forward to on Coastline? Because it is again, it's a love hate relationship with the Siege community. It's been attacker sided for the longest, and then with the rework, it's become a little bit statistically, it's become a little bit more balanced.
Yeah.
What kind of match are you looking forward to here between both of these teams?
Um. See, part of me hopes for like an overtime, just because we get to see more siege. But then the other part of me doesn't, because that's gonna be quite a lot of that's gonna be quite a lot for my voice, especially if we get like 30 rounds, maximum rounds. That's gonna be it's certainly gonna go quite long into the night as well. So let's hope my sleep schedule doesn't hate me for this in the morning. Yeah, but as you say, I am. This is my first cast for Talent League at least. So yeah, it's exciting to be. I hope for an exciting match. That's that's what I'm looking for.
Fair enough. I mean, same thing here. Last time I casted, it was with Morty. It was on Monday, and today is today
Wednesday.
is Wednesday. Yeah, okay. I was so confused. I thought tomorrow would be Friday, but um, we had an overtime for like the first map, and then after that, it wasn't really close. It was like a 7-1, but it was a draw at the end of the day. And I remember like thinking like it wasn't just me thinking it. It was Rick and Morty, and then the person involved in the production, Epsilon, and he was like, "If this goes into overtime, I swear to God," it was so funny because like nobody wanted that game to go into overtime. I don't think none of the players did, and neither did any of us to overtimes in one day. That's nah.
Yeah, I can only feel sorry for the people that have to cast like mages and SI, where you have an entire day of close games.
Oh man, cannot imagine
Yeah,
that.
Hyperion 5 versus Blue Jays. That was the
Yeah.
no, I apologize by the way if you can hear my cat in the background.
B,
I have
C,
shut my
D,
door.
E, F, U.
It should be as muffled as possible, but yeah, he might still be getting picked up by my microphone because it's quite sensitive.
And your mom.
I'm sorry. I'm hearing some of the players talking in the lobby, and it's making me laugh. And of course, it's Din, cause Din's a little crackhead. But um, yeah. I mean, I want to talk more about what the league and stuff like that. I want to talk mainly about like what's going on. Well, yesterday we didn't get to watch you and Jaegercast, which I was kind of looking forward to because
Yeah.
but I it was against, I think it was like QVG versus Baker
Yes.
Boys, and I know QVG absolutely stomped them. That I saw the scores,
Oh
I saw
yeah.
both of the map scores, and I just saw both of them just it was terrible to see. But I didn't get to watch that match, and I don't know, like I'm just excited to to see the season progress the way it has.
Love you all.
Oh my god.
Hidden hospice ratio.
9! 9 siya
Din is such a crackhead, dude.
Trip.
The bands
I
were
love you.
Thatcher, Buck,
Yeah.
Hidden hospice ratio.
Kaid,
Little
and I
stupid.
forgot the other one as well. This
Yeah,
is
but
going well.
speaking of QVG though, they are in first place because of that win because they got a full 3 points. And in this matchup, Machine Soldiers have a chance to kind of balance the points out with them, I believe, because they're on 7 points. So they have a chance to battle for that first place spot, which I don't think anybody was expecting them to in this league, and it's interesting. I mean, everything is interesting in Siege, and no matter how good or bad it is. And we're gonna get right back into the matchup. We still have the same bands going on,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure they're gonna, since they locked in kitchen service, they're gonna go right back there because they locked it in, and I'm pretty sure they have to pick
Yeah.
the same operators and stuff like that. But
Yes.
I mean, what we look at the lineup on the side of Team WanteD and also Machine Soldiers Academy. I mean, Machine Soldiers Academy have a pretty average lineup. You see Ayana picked a lot along with the Finka because of the Gon 6 and the grenades. Also the Sledge because of his breaching hammer. He can go from above on kitchen and service and be able to open up vertical angles. And he also has nades. And you also have the Malusi and the Mute paired with one another just to slow down the attackers.
Attackers need to
The
locate and
Wubwab
defuse
used
as
to
many bombs
slow
as
down
they
the
can.
attackers when they get into the vicinity of it, like they just slow them down a bit, and then the mute jammers are there to counter drones as well as help them
Attackers have located a bomb.
It's interesting to say the least, and we also see the Aruni picked as well. You know, Aruni gates burn utility, laser gates, and she also has two good guns, the Roni and the MK5.
Yeah. I'm glad you highlighted the Melusi actually, because ever since her nerf, she's almost seemed to be played more. I'm not too sure what that is, especially now that she no longer has the Nitro Cell as well.
I can sort of explain.
5 seconds left.
Basically, a lot of people, at least from what I've seen in competitive play and rank, is that they usually use her Melusi gadgets to bait people to take it out. Because when you get into a certain vicinity of it, you can shoot it, right? Because it opens up and it's vulnerable at that sense. But people usually use it to bait people into it so that they can get a free kill from it, or yeah, basically, you know what I mean? So, like, you put it in the middle of a hallway or something, and the attacker will see, oh, Melusi, let me get that. And then they'll, like, get into the vicinity of it, the thing will open up. And it not only alerts the attackers to, not the attackers, but the defenders to the positions, but it also makes the attacker vulnerable, because they're not going to expect the push while they're trying to take out a gadget, right? So, it's to bait them in. Does that make sense? 'Cause I don't know if
the other thing to say with that though is that they do have, attackers do have that Gon 6 as well, so that could be an effective way to counter. And there's the first kill of the match. Finally, we've got there. There's gonna be Discount finding Yayo, and actually Stearns finds Dako as well, and now MSC, they're just collapsing onto this WanteD side. Frozen with only a fraction of HP, isn't able to find that frag. Discount with his second in the round, and now it's only Ziden who remains. 1 versus 5 in an explosive first round for MSC. And well, that was quite a few seconds, and they're going to close it out flawlessly.
Okay, well, they didn't really have a chance to even use the Melusi because the attackers were everywhere, and that looked to be a 4K on the round for I think the Ayana of, who was it, Adrian? Frozen?
I think it was
not even because yeah, or Discount. It was for Discount, I think. And there wasn't really a lot of I don't want to say, because there wasn't a lot of utility burn. It was just Basine soldiers running in and grabbing the kills that not only that they needed, but that WanteD just literally gifted them, because that top floor roam was dismantled within seconds. I don't think there even was a top floor roam. Really.
Yeah, the drone work was just, absolutely phenomenal. And the game sense as well. You can't fault that, and you also can't really quantify that with statistics. And so, MSC, they're looking really, really hot coming into this first round at least, and this explosivity and this almost APAC style ability to just turn on the aggression and then just explode, or just, get a flurry of kills is just, it's impressive, especially at this tier 4 level, and, it's looking good for them, at least so far.
10 seconds to go.
A long time ago, APAC used to be one of the more weaker regions
5 seconds to go.
in Siege. And now, with the meta that we're in now, they kind of prosper with that aggressive playstyle that they've been playing with all along. Whether you want to call that structured or unstructured aggression, you see it with Cyclops, you see it with Damwon Kia, you see it with a lot of these APAC North teams and also APAC South teams like Invictus Gaming, Cheese, or even the Knights. Like, it's kind of, I'm happy to see it, because I love when APAC does well. I'm tired of seeing LATAM, I'm tired of seeing NA, I'm tired of seeing EU. I like to see different regions go at it, and it's lovely to see these APAC teams do the work. And I'm just a sucker for a lot of these Asian teams, especially like the Korean teams. I'm a big fan of Damwon. I'm a big fan of Damwon Kia. But about, I want to say it's been about like 40-50 seconds. Sorry, not minutes. That'd be way too long in a match.
Feels like it, to be fair, with the amount of downtime.
Yeah, and nobody has really made an effort onto site. I don't think there's really no roam game coming out from Team WanteD. You do see a player in Sunrise, and you also see a player in lobby, and it's just the average hold. They're not gonna overextend and be on the top floor trying to roam and clear out these attackers. Instead, they're gonna back off because they have the pulse in play as well to detect some of these players' positions from above and be able to call out nitro cells. But a nitro cell has already been wasted, and a kill has already been confirmed. Zayden in lobby.
The first kill for Team WanteD this match, and actually he's going to get a second. That was a nasty little Psycho peek there from him. And that's Stern, one of the main culprits for fragging out last round, is going to be taken off the board quite early. But Zayden is going to be found with that refrag from Adrian. Ive is there with the refrag as well, trades all around. And now it's 2 versus 4 as we head into a little bit of a lull for discounts there. And that's Ive going to get traded out.
He then persists on this vertical pressure that he's applying with the sledgehammer. He's just opening up angles. And I think he just dropped down with his teammate. They both have diffuser. I'm so sorry. Discount is the only one to have diffuser. And it looks like they're trying to push this service entrance area. It looks like Discount knows that the player is literally right there peeking from that big hole in Sunrise. And he's going to get, well, not even lit up from it. It's just a little bit of some glove taps. He's not going to be at all moved from the position. I think that was the Rooney on the Roni, so it's a pea shooter. It's expected to do that much damage against him. And it looks like Discount is just waiting for the right time to get this kill. Dan is actually going to be in lobby with his teammate. He's going to probably be dead right here, but Yayo is not going to be able to confirm his kill. Not quite yet. That's a kill for Discount, though, as he grabs the head of Yayo. Dan is going to rotate all the way to service entrance, and they're going to look to put the players onto site. That's a kill for Discount, and he has to find one more, but that is a, well, double kill for the side of WanteD. The smoke confirming that kill, and that's the end of the round. This time for Team WanteD, it was a 5v3, and then you saw Discount, well, mainly Discount. I was gonna say Discount and Den, but mainly Discount slimmed that down to a 2v1, or even just like I think it was a 2v2, and then it turned into a 2v1, then a 1v1, and then he got killed by the smoke. Unfortunate, but we move. We're going to the next site, and this time we're going to Hookah Billiards, and that's a more on meta site. Kitchen is usually picked after Hookah Billiards, but we saw Kitchen picked first. I think it's, in my opinion, it's the harder site to defend, so I could see why they wanted to go there first. And then they're moving on to, well, Hookah Billiards, a little bit on meta. And we see the Goyo 6 picked onto the Mazi. Have you noticed any changes from either lineup? I think it's just the same old thing.
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen many changes. Obviously, Deco wasn't always on the arena, so I think it's just WanteD switching operators around. And but for MSE, it pretty much looks to be the exact same, almost identical. So yeah, this operator juggling from WanteD. It's interesting to see how it works out, at least, for them. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
5 seconds to go.
Usually, personally, I would say you don't really want to be switching
Must locate and defuse a bomb.
switching roles around all that too often, so I don't know, we'll see.
Broke, don't fix it. And they don't have both teams don't really have a reason to fix anything about their lineups. I'd love to see, well, I would say Buck, but I forgot Buck is banned. Never mind. Excuse me. And quick take of Kitchen, and you see this from Adrian on Finka. Finka's been picked a lot more because, again, she got her frag grenades back. They gave her frag grenades at first, and then they took it right back, and they gave it right back to her. And then they also gave her the Gon 6, so it gives her the opportunity to clear a lot of utility, not only with her frag grenades, but also with that one-shot pistol or the one-shot secondary, the worst gun or secondary in the game, but it's really good for clearing utility. And you also have Discount here in bathroom. I don't know if he's just watching for any rotate that's going to come in from the penthouse because that hatch might have been open. First kill though comes from Dan. He kills Ive just elsewhere. I don't know where he killed him. Oh, that was probably in theater. I call it theater, and then my friends make fun of me, so sorry. I have really bad pronunciation. And he's going to make this an early man advantage for his team. A player from Luggage, though, is going to shoot right at him, and there's actually a player here I want to say that's hallway. That's the hallway. Okay, I thought he was in penthouse. I was like, there's no way he's in penthouse. He's going to grab this kill though into Den unsuspectedly, unbeknownst to him. But there's gonna be a player right on his tail on this main stairs push. He's probably gonna be pinched here soon by a Machine Soldiers Academy. He has to be. I mean, he just killed his own teammate like right in theater. His team. Okay, that's a kill. That's not a kill.
That's a kill though. Hello Dako, welcome to the game. Stan is able to drag that right back. I'm not too sure what Discount's plan there was entirely. There was a very, very raw grenade. Maybe hope to push Dako out into the line of sight of the stairs, but no such luck, and in the end his head was taken clean off of his shoulders. However now, 2 versus 3 for WanteD, and all they have to do right now is just hold these angles. Still going to be easier said than done.
Attackers have located a
And
bomb.
that's what happens when he gets aggressive.
Yeah.
Machine Soldiers are just there.
A bomb
And now
has
it's all
been
down to
located.
Sidon in the 1 versus 3. He's now pressured into making a move. It doesn't look like it's going to be the best for him. Nearly gets taken out, but there's Stern. I think that was 4 on the round for Stern, which was just absolutely insane fragging capability from this Machine Soldier side. And, you know, we're definitely seeing a lot of it.
Yeah, I saw this. Well, I saw this last time that they played. They have some really insane fraggers on their team. And I said I would look out mainly for Adrian, but Stern is extremely good on his own. He reminds me, if I had to compare him to another player in the league that I actually really like watching, I'd say he reminds me a lot of Hunter. Just the composure that both of those players have, and the confidence that they're able to exhibit in these matchups, and the amount of solo capability that they exert with their team. I'm using a lot of fancy words, but like you know what I mean. It's just they it's
Defenders,
nice to
protect your
see
bombs
players
from
like
being
that
defused by attackers.
in competitive siege where they can depend on themselves mainly, and the team can depend on them, but also they play with the team well enough to make that play style work really. Interestingly enough, we saw the Mazi 6 pick onto the Mira, and Mira is, usually played on coastline. You see her kind of extend her holds elsewhere, especially if it's like kitchen. You see her sometimes put her mirrors in theater, facing into penthouse, into that bathroom drop or whatever.
10 seconds
I
left
saw
before
a weird Mira hold from Aqua
5
into
seconds to
Billiards.
insert.
That didn't work out too well for that team, and now this time we're gonna
objective is to
see the
locate a
mirror
bomb and
blade.
defuse
I
it.
don't know. Where she put her mirrors down?
I think in VIP
Oh,
there's
yeah.
one. That's actually looking out onto that wall. For a minute I thought the window was, from inside VIP, but it's actually pointing the other way, so that's going to be holding from inside of the hallway. I don't know how how easy that's going to be able to be picked up and taken over by the attackers, but if they can take control of that, that would be massive, because that essentially also blocks off VIP in the bedroom as well.
Yeah, I mean, this mirror hold is actually very it's been like that. Wow. Okay, first kill.
Okay.
Frozen is just discount crouch walking into the lobby. Second kill from Dako. Never mind this round. I was gonna talk about this hold from Team WanteD, but they're not even gonna use it to get these kills. And it's both Adrian and Discount down. That's the Finka, that's the Ayana gone, and that's both gone 6 and both nades gone. The only one who has nades is Den, but you know who has a gun in this round is Stern. He's going to get his 7th kill right now on this map, and he's going to try and push this player from behind this mirror, but he's gonna be protected, okay, by the reinforced wall that persists on that mirror. Zayden though is in hallway. He's in L hallway with this mirror facing VIP. So right now, if that mirror gets popped, he's literally screwed, and he's gonna move off of it because there's no way he can get the pellets without getting shot at. Oh no, Stern. Oh my god, this event.
Plan?
I don't know.
What?
That it was a 5v3 and it's quickly turned into a 3v2 advantage for Machine Soldiers Academy, and there's no way that's happened. I'm not too sure what the plan was from Zayden. I'm not too sure what the plan was from anybody else in the team, but now it's left up to Frozen and Dako. And I think this is the same outcome that happened last time, if I'm If I'm wrong, correct me, please. But I think this is exactly, these are the same two players that were left in this situation last time. And, Machine Soldiers look to push Aqua this time, and they have Diffuser. They're going to plant somebody on this big window. They have another player. Wow, never mind. That player on the window is going to die. And then, okay, now it's a 2v1, Machine Soldiers Academy. And Stern has been hitting the shots. If he picks up, he's dead, and he is dead. That is a nasty
Oh
flick to
my
Stern.
god.
I don't know what happened to Team One. I don't know.
That
I'm not too sure.
I I I'm lost for words, honestly, Wambi. I don't know about you, but I you that's actually fried my brain. That entire round was just such a mess.
That I was gonna compliment their hold too, because they
Yeah.
had these are common mirror spots, right? And you have the one in L hallway that faces VIP, and it's usually to like counter peek the players that play on that VIP wall that's on the balcony, and also the players that come to like penthouse. And you have it's a good mirror hold, and it's a good hold all in all, and they
Defenders,
got
protect
the
your
picks that
bombs
they
from being
wanted.
defused by attackers.
They just took the gunfight that they didn't need to take, and they got punished for it because Stern has been hitting his shots this whole game. It's been only 5 rounds, but he's been hitting his shots.
Attackers
And
have
you
discovered
don't
the
Yeah.
location
feed
of
your
a bomb.
ones to a player who's been hitting their shots like that. It doesn't work out too
Attackers have
well for
located
you.
a bomb.
And unfortunately for Team Wanted, that's exactly what's happening, and they're getting punished for this. There's a lot of mistakes that they're making, rotations that they shouldn't be doing. They're pushing off of
seconds
positions
remaining.
that they shouldn't be pushing off of. And Team and Machine Soldiers Academy are
5 seconds to
capitalizing off of it, and they're catching them off guard on these rotations. And
Attackers
it's
are moving to defuse
a
a
bit
bomb.
off, to be honest.
Speaking of rotations, I've spotted an operator that can make some quite interesting and vertical rotations. We've got the Oryx in play from Team Wanted. I don't know if this is a bit of a desperation pick or what, but Adrian is there. Never mind. That verticality isn't going to come into use if we just get picked off in the first, like, 20 seconds of the round. That's
What did
not
you
the
call that
start. I called it interesting, but,
No, I mean, it was like, you called it a comfort pick?
no, I called it a, what was it, I meant to call it a desperation pick, that was just sort of clutching at straws, and, well, definitely not the outcome that they want. Now here's Discount onto the cool vibe stairs, but Stern is there instead. Dako gets sent down. And I can see you just face palming right now, and honestly, I have to agree. Now Frozen again in a 2vx situation, but this time with Yayo. Still yet to get off the board. This could be his first chance, but that is just a Gemini replicator of Discount, and he's going to get droned out as well. His position really not favourable. But there's one. Adrian falls down. There's a second. Stern hits the deck as well. And now things look a little bit more favourable. However, Discount does get that refrag eventually. Now Frozen 1 versus 3. He can't really do much, especially as now the drones are coming at him from every direction. Did he get misdroned though? I don't know if Toucan spotted him. This is a very, very tense situation right now. I feel like he was known, but never mind. Isn't even able to get the kill, however. A nasty whiff, and Discount doesn't even die. That was... Yeah, you can just see the Ana of Discount just staring
No one's inside.
in disbelief at the whiff.
I'm sick. I think this is going one side. This is, this is Coastline. It's considered attacker sided, but we said this before. Changes statistics, make this a little bit more balanced. And right now, Machine Soldiers are just completely running away with this on their attacking half. If they take this 5-1, then they're gonna take this map. I think, in my honest opinion, because with the way WanteD have been playing, I don't really I just don't really
Attackers
see
need to locate and defuse
any
bombs.
potential of them getting back into this game unless they change a few things. They are changing a few of the roles. You see Frozen
Bomb located by
switch off
attackers.
of, I can't remember, was he on Malusi? I think he was on Malusi.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go onto the visual, a more aggressive roamer this time. And it's
Attackers
to
have
cut off
located a
this
bomb.
aggression that's coming in from team, the Machine Soldiers Academy. And also you have Daco on the Alibi. You know, Alibi has those clones that can slow you down, and also shields, and also that gun with the
10 seconds
1.5.
left.
I mean, it's interesting, these changes. I'm interested to see what the visual does.
5
Because it
seconds
does
left.
offer those signal disruptors. Whenever he roams around, he's able to
Attackers
slow
are
down the
moving to
attackers
defuse a
with
bomb.
his ability, because they won't know what for. They don't know
Oh,
exactly
no.
where the visual is. But I mean, Yayo is going to be found exactly where he was. I don't know where he was, and he's gonna get killed by Discount. Discount has been having a really good game so far, along with Stern. And Machine Soldiers are just having a really good attacking half at the moment, and it's going to continue in this round. It's a 5v4 man advantage, and it's early on, and they're going to take this vertical control. There's going to be no contesting from the side of Team Wanted, and he sees the gun. Oh yes, Stern's going to hit that shot, and that's a double kill on the side of Team Machine Soldiers, and Frozen is going to get a kill back for his team, making this a 2v4, and he's going to rotate out from Luggage into Sunroom and then right into Office. But there might be a player on this team ride who's going to go right into Sunrise. I don't know the rotation. I don't know why, but they're gonna rotate both of them out of sight because Machine Soldiers have this vertical control, and it's going to if they're in those positions right below the holes, it can easily die. Now Daco's gonna get a kill though. Until then, he's gonna be behind the lobby desk. Another kill comes out from Frozen, making this a 2v2. Just as quickly as this round was in the hands of Machine Soldiers, it's just right out of their hands, and Frozen's gonna catch the round
how do they
off.
lose that?
I have no clue.
Oh
That was a-
my god.
That
I
was
think what that came down to, 1B, was MSC. They got a little bit too confident. I feel like that's probably what happened there, because they just didn't have the intel, and maybe that's just because they felt like they didn't need to drone, because there was still a considerable amount of time in the round left. But they just didn't drone it. They just sort of went in trying to just win it all with gunfights.
Yeah, I mean,
WanteD were just more clued in.
yeah.
That's 2v5 to 2v0. That's an inexcusable round. That should have been to MSC.
Attackers need to
Especially
locate and
considering
defuse
how
as many
much
bombs
left
as
was
they
on
can.
the round timer.
Yeah, I mean, you saw, I think it was, I'm pretty sure people saw it, but then along with, I think it was Discount, dropped from the penthouse hatch into lobby, both of them I think at the same time, or yeah, it was Den actually, and then Stern followed that up with trying to swing the player behind the lobby desk all by his own. I mean, Stern has been winning his gunshots, admittedly, but
10 seconds left before
I would have,
Attackers
from
have
that
located a
position
bomb.
with the defender being behind the lobby desk,
5
being
seconds
able
to
to
go.
head glitch the way that he can, and then knowing exactly where your position is, you'd want
Attackers
to
are
pinch
moving
that
to
with a
defuse the
teammate
bomb.
of yours. You don't want to really push that alone. It doesn't matter how good your gun skills are. And the one thing you don't do when you have a man advantage, especially if it's a 2v5 man advantage, is give the defenders, the attackers, their ones.
Yeah.
Because all of these players are capable of winning their ones. It doesn't matter what the score sheet is telling you. It doesn't matter that Yayo is 2-6. It doesn't matter that Aive is 1-6. If you give these players their ones, and you give them the opportunity to peek your head in any free ridiculous way, they're going to take it and they're going to kill you. Because this is a competitive league. Everybody's on a same level, regardless.
Yeah. That's really been the story. Oh, what a discount! There we go. That's a cheeky wallbang. And Daco is going to get found. I definitely thought the deck had the advantage there. But never mind. Den is going to find himself down but not out. But is going to be able to get picked back up by his teammates. So still this 5 versus 4. Now Yeo wandering into bedroom is going to find a little bit of HP taken off, and is actually going to find a kill as well. Frozen as well, getting in on the action. Now the man advantage has swung into Team WanteD's favour. 4 versus 3 now, and we've still got over half the round left to go, but Stern is there. It's a name we're never going to stop saying, especially today.
It's
And we've
hitting his
hit.
shots.
That is the best way to say it, and there's another one. Stern, say good day, take a bow. Stern is single-handedly just
Attackers recovered the bomb
putting Team
diffuser.
WanteD into the dirt right now. Is he going to get a third from just the same position? Looked likely for a second, but Ive hasn't really been having the best game. If he can find these impact frags, it doesn't matter how little kills you have. All that matters is how important they are. With 1 minute left, it could just be the kill that turns the tide.
Yeah, I mean, Stern is just literally kissing these players on the forehead and saying good night, sweet angel, sweet prince, whatever. And there's a player on 90 along with the player being in VIP, that's Lion and the Sophia. Both of these players have the capability to clutch it out for their team. It's a 2v3, so it's not like too far off for the side of Team WanteD. You know, you do have the smoking play. He does have one more smoke to play with. But the Lion also has one EDE as well as the Sophia. I think having 2 impact nades and then 1 concussion. He's gonna use his final EDE now, and then they're both gonna be smoked off of Blizzard. He's gonna run right through the smoke, but they're gonna be caught out by the smoke, and that's a double kill for. I think that was Tuscan on the smoke.
Yeah,
Yep.
Toucan just
Damn.
he was. Though again, a lack of intel from the attackers is what costed them the round. Although this time, it wasn't in such a big man advantage. Even still, MSC they're extending their lead even further. And this round 8, it is probably going to be determining how this map goes. If WanteD win this round, then there is a conceivable way that they can come back from this. But if MSC win, it's pretty much just written in the book. You may as well sign signature, send it off in the post.
Attackers need to
It's
locate
pretty
and
much
defuse as many
already
bombs as they can.
done.
MSC are just
Bomb
one
located
round
by
away from
attackers.
match point, and confirming either a draw or maybe even pushing themselves onto 3 points to put themselves into what is second place, behind. Well, yeah, keeping themselves in second place, and then keeping Team WanteD like further down in 5th or 6th. I'm not too sure.
Attackers have located a
because
bomb.
you don't subtract points in this league. You don't subtract points ever.
10 seconds to insertion.
Regardless,
She deployed.
5
it's,
seconds to insertion.
I mean, what can Team WanteD do this round that they haven't been doing the
Attackers'
first few
objective
rounds?
is to
I'd
defuse
probably
the
say
bomb.
win their gunfights, but yeah, that's literally it. Just win your ones, bro. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Siege is a shooter. You know, you have all of this utility, but all the utility does is just influences the outcomes of the gunfights that you have to take at the end of the round. Sometimes it skips them altogether, but nevertheless, you got to win your gunfights. And Ive does win a gunfight against Den. His HP is going to be taken down a little bit, but not too much now. As again, we've seen the Oryx just get caught out extremely early, not able to create an impact, although this time it is for the different team. Here we go though, Stern. He's in a power position, and he's looking to get some more kills. Already got 13 in his tally. And is he being misdroned here? The EDD is going to make him not be able to move. And Frozen, well, he froze Stern and then froze him into the ground. And there's Toucan with a kill onto Ive. Finally, MSC get a frag inside of this round, and Discount is actually able to find one onto Deco as well, so the man count is evened up to
Attackers drop the
3
bomb diffuser.
apiece now. So, you know, the outcome of this is just, we've reached equilibrium.
Stern wasn't the only one going off. You also have to watch out for Discount on that Malusi. MP5,
Yeah.
even after it's gotten its little nerf, is still one of the better guns in the game. I'm sorry, I just saw the chat, but yeah, like Discount is literally, again, he's going off just like Stern is. You know, he's 12-5, he's hitting his shots, and you know he quickly made this from a 5v3 to a 3v3. He could probably make this a 3v2, but They're not. I don't know if they're gonna drone him quite yet. They're not gonna drone him out. He's still gonna persist in office, and he's going to get a double kill on the round for his team. I think that was a triple actually for him, or no, double for somebody else.
No, it's
he's gonna get a
triple,
triple. My lord, it's a triple. Oh my god! Just as quickly as this round looked to be in the hands of Team WanteD, it's quickly taken away, and now it's left Frozen in the 1v3. So he has the line scanner, he has one more EDE, but I don't think that's gonna really fare him much in this gunfight if he is able to just click on him. He's okay, that's a kill for Frozen, and he's up in the 1v2. This is doable though. He has one more EDE, and he knows that a player was just above him, and he's going to rotate around blue stairs, but he's gonna persist right here because he knows that there's a player right above him. Toucan is gonna waste his last smoke grenade right on this kitchen wall, and I don't know what Frozen's plan is. Oh, that's a nice shot from Frozen, but a better shot from Adrian as he catches him from behind. And that's the round. Match point for Machine Soldiers Academy.
Yeah, that was... Frozen nearly clutched that, to be fair, but he just got pinched and pincered at just the wrong time. As you say, map point here on Coastline. We could be heading to a second map, which would be Clubhouse incredibly quickly here. 7-2 is definitely not a close score, but we have seen these rounds be incredibly close. So it's a case of WanteD can win their gunfights, but they cannot win their rounds. And that's a problem, because you gotta win rounds, you gotta get these points on the board. Because otherwise, you're gonna find yourself start to head down to this bottom of the table. You know, they're in 5th right now.
Yeah.
But the other teams below, they can start to catch up. And that puts the situation for WanteD in even more and more dire straits.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, that's what we gotta focus on, because we are in Playday 4, and the Playdays start to increase as we move on. Playday 5, Playday 6, it doesn't go backwards. We keep going forwards. That's just how time works in any league, not just in this competitive league of Siege and Talent League. And
also works like that in real life. Fun fact: time goes forwards.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Once we get into the meat and middle and towards the even the end of the season, getting those points is very important to your survival in the major. There are a lot of teams that want to be in the major leagues and that are hungry, that are envious of the position that these teams are in, and if you're not careful, they're going to take your spot. And that's what Team WanteD have to kind of look out for right now. And I don't know. I want them to maybe be a little bit more competitive in this match right now, because Machine Soldiers are just completely running away from it, and it's because they get into these advantageous positions, and then they're just giving these players the one. Zayden, though, is going to get a pick onto Stern. 2 rounds in a row, Stern has been the first pick, I believe, or the other round he was the second. I'm not too sure. But then this count is going to be taken out, and then Den is going to be taken out. Frozen and Naive getting a pick of their own, and it's left Toucan and Adrian in the 4v. Sorry, not even 4v, 5v2. I mean, Toucan has been getting his shot. He's been hitting his shots. He's 5-3. Adrian, he's okay, 3-4. But against the side of Team WanteD, it being 5v2 up, I mean, we said this before, even for MSE, it doesn't look too good right now. I mean, as long as Team WanteD establish these power positions and make sure to drone out these players instead of giving them their ones, like what's been happening when they have these many advantages, then they have this round in the bag. That's quite literally it. Toucan does have 2 more smoke grenades, so he has stuff to work with, but he's just rotating. He doesn't have anywhere to rotate. You see him kind of panic, but he's gonna get a nasty shot on Saeed, and that leaves him into a 4v2, 5v2 now. And I thought that was a real Ionical, that's why I kind of got stuck there. He's gonna be behind bars right now.
Tricked me as well. I was like, hold on a minute.
I was like,
anyway,
yo, you're not gonna shoot at this person.
Yeah, 1 minute left now as WanteD. They're looking to make the final push here onto the site of Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar. And Adrian and Toucan, they're playing quite far back here. They're playing in some quite relaxed positions, but Zayden will start to get the defeater down. I don't know if the defenders are aware of that. Well, now they will be as the diffuser gets planted. The lunchbox is down on the ground. Picnic ready to be eaten, and Adrian wants to eat on the head of the attackers, but now he's 1 versus 4. He's got 4 hungry players, not ready to get taken out quite yet. And the rat zone and the rat prone strut from Zayden is able to win the round for WanteD, but still, they've got 3 more rounds to win. And then that's only to overtime.
Yep. Yep, only to overtime. I mean, they can bring this back. It's Coastline, with the way that the statistics have been skewed, is still seen as a attacker-sided map, so they have a chance to bring 3 rounds back in their own favor. And they're gonna persist with the same lineup. They don't really need to change anything about this lineup. So it's not. I'm not really. Neither team actually. It's just, while Team WanteD are like 6-3 down right now, there's nothing that they really need to change apart from just winning their gunfights and not sacrificing one player to just 2 players that are on the side of machine soldiers. And it's just,
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
yeah, like I said, they just don't really have anything to change. They're gonna go with the sledge pick though. I mean, they don't have the buck, so it's this vertical pressure that they have is gonna be a little bit dented coming onto this site, because sledge can only do it from above. He can't really do it from below unless you climb onto a counter or something.
Yeah.
And then sledge like a wall from below or something. You can also sledge walls too, but people don't do that unless they just want an
10
entrance
seconds to
into
go.
the- I digress.
Yeah, that ban
5
by
seconds to go.
MSE was definitely a very, very smart one, as we saw. They weren't really sure what to do. They're not really sure what they want to do on attack, whereas looks like Machine Soldiers Academy, they were kind of prepared for banning Buck. Obviously, if you ban an operator, you've got to know how to play without it. So yeah, I think it sort of caught Team WanteD off guard, and oh no, if Den gets a kill from there, I will be severely disappointed in this French side of Team WanteD.
I mean, it's likely if they don't drone it out, it's gonna repel here again.
Oh no.
I swear to God, if he gets this
Oh
kill,
no.
I'm probably gonna. Oh wait, okay. Looks like did he repel all the way up to? Nope, he's just there. So maybe he has. No, okay, now he does, because then it's just gonna shoot and then jump right over the little railings to main stairs. Okay, that was the end of that. But it's still a 5v5, and a minute has just gone by, and no real action has happened quite yet between these 2 teams. Nobody's. I don't really know where. Okay, yeah, Team WanteD are just in VIP along with this VIP breach, and it just looks like they just want to get control of VIP and then maybe push either hookah billiards. You see this a lot with the attackers now with this rework. That's wow. Okay, never mind. Zayden's gonna get a nasty shot onto Stern. Stern hasn't had the impact that he's had on his attacking rounds. Now that he's switched to the
Attackers
defensive
have
side,
recovered their defuse.
and he was 13-4. Now he's 13-6, and
Yeah.
it looks to, I was saying my ADHD just kicked in, but you see this now with the VIP wall, with it being existing now, is that a lot of teams want to take control of VIP and Penthouse and all that stuff. Another kill comes out from Zayden, and he picks up, I think that was Discount. 2 of the top players in this lobby for MSE are going to be quickly eliminated, and now it's left 3 players on the side of MSE against 5 Team WanteD players who are hungry, who are wanting to bring this back, maybe to
Bomb located by attackers.
God, overtime on Coastline. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know whether MSC are just getting too comfortable or getting too laid back, but they haven't really had the impact that they want here on this defensive part. I don't know if it's because they got that lead so incredibly early. And obviously, they were like 6-1 or 6-2 up, and now it looks like they could only be 6-4 up, and Zyve gets another kill. It's looking to get further and further that way now. Den and Adrian left fighting for their lives here. The planter is going to get found, but now 1 versus 4 for Den. He's somehow going to find 2, and now as the plant goes down, but Yayo is there on the big window to shut that down. That was getting very, very scary for WanteD, but the Overwatch was there. and they remained Valorant, and I'm just trying to get as many other FPSs in there as possible because I thought that was funny.
No, I mean, I thought if didn't clutch that out, I would have had like a stroke or something because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I
He
would have
had
had
he
a
hit some
cerebral
nasty
hemorrhage or
shots.
yeah.
He hit a nasty. He hit a couple nasty shots. That was kind of nice. I like to see
Yeah,
that.
I have
But
no idea how he picked up 2. That was just
no idea. But now, Team WanteD are 2 rounds away from bringing this into overtime, and it's been a good couple of rounds from them. They've, when they get into these man advantage, they did the complete opposite of what we were complaining about, and that's giving
Defenders, protect your bombs
MSC
from
their
being
ones
defused by
and
attackers.
sacrificing these man advantages that they do have, pretty clumsily, and
Attackers have
they're
located a
taking
bomb.
advantage of their man advantages by not only like just droning out, but also pushing together as a team, making sure they have that trade value of theirs going in their favor. And I like that. That's really nice to see. Some really good changes coming up from Team One. Gonna be interesting to see how they execute that onto the site. I want to say this looks
Yeah.
to be an extended hold coming out from MSC. You see the Jaeger
10 seconds
and
remaining.
Sunrise, as well as somebody in office. That's
Yeah, you got
Lucy
five
putting down a
seconds
Banshee charges, and they're bringing them a Lucy again.
Attackers
Yeah.
are moving to
Again,
defuse a bomb.
yeah, again. Yeah, because Ben was on it last time. I forgot because I'm like, Ben, the discount.
we've seen the discount pop off on the Melusi, to be fair, so
Yeah, that's true. It's popping off with that MP5, but we may see then on this T5 pop off because regardless, the T5 for for Oryx at least has the 1.5, and people when they pick Oryx they usually pick it because of the 1.5. But I don't know if this is a kitchen rush or what. They're prepping the window right open. They're clearing utility. They have this line of play, so it looks to be just maybe they're activating an EDE and then they're gonna push into kitchen window. I'm not sure. I don't really know because it doesn't look like they're trying to pressure above. It doesn't look like they're trying to pressure into Sunrise. The only player who's looking to really push from there is IE, who's just putting firing some warning shots, and there's a player on whatever that is, storage, not storage, whatever, service entrance. I don't.
yeah.
I
A
don't
very
really know the-
scatty push from WanteD, I have to say. And they're not really too sure what they want to do, and that's definitely not going to be part of the plan that they wanted. Den is going to find Daco, and that's going to be the first opening kill that we've seen for MSC in a while. And we've seen Daco definitely have some impact, and Zidane is going to take a little bit of damage as well. And, oh no, Yeo is going to accidentally kill himself with his own grenade, and that's definitely not what you want as well. Your sledge being off the board and still half the round to go. This round looks done, but as I say that, Frozen is going to take Stern off the board. Now 13 and 7, like I said, was 13 and 4, so this second half has really not had the impact that you're looking for from this star fragger, but it doesn't matter when you have discount popping off like that. Now 2 versus 3 for WanteD, and with only 1 minute left, you can tell they're starting to get nervous. And Frozen pushing in from this Sunrise side. Then he's even confident enough to barricade that opening door. And his side and just provides overwatch from the kitchen window. It's all down to Frozen inside of the building to actually find these kills. And there's a time and the sand flows through the hourglass. It's running out, and I'm worried that WanteD, they're running out of steam. This could be the round that MSC are looking for to close out the map. And there's Frozen. Even getting panicky on just a proxim alarm in a default cam. And Zidane, now he's inside the building as well. But it's such a stunted push. There's only 10 seconds left now, and Zidane's going to be taken extremely low. They're going to need to do something soon. 8, 7, 6, and nothing is happening. The EDD goes off, but there's discount, takes down Frozen, and Toucan is there to close it out. 7-4 in this first map for MSC, and well, it got a bit closer than they probably would have wanted. Still fairly convincing inside a coastline. That last round was just so... I don't know what it was. WanteD just sort of just forgot to do stuff.
Yeah, they, like you said, they kind of ran out of steam once they lost
Yeah.
the players. Once they lost, like, what, it was like it didn't look that bad when they lost the first pick. It was just as soon as Yayo killed himself with his own grenade,
Yeah.
it kind of just went wayward, and they didn't know what to do from there. And I mean, what can you do when you like if even if it's like a team kill, it's like that'll take steam out of anyone, and it's unfortunate, but they they can take those few rounds that they won in a row. I think it was like 2 rounds, 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Two, yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know how
2.
many rounds. 2 rounds in a row, and they can probably take that form onto Clubhouse because
Yeah.
I mean, sorry I burped, but uh, even then, like it's just I don't know if their defenses look like how they did their defenses on Coastline. I don't have any hope for Clubhouse, and that's kind of where my worry lies because they
Mm.
look a lot better on their attacking half than they did on their defensive half. And yes, it's Coastline, but Coastline with the statistics and even with the rework statistics have like skewed in favor of both sides. It's a bit more balanced now, so there's no real
Yeah.
excuse for it.
The interesting thing to note, though, is even though we were saying that they looked so much better on their attack, they still only won 2 rounds on each side at defending and attacking. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, Clubhouse again. Everybody knows, just like how everybody knows Coastline, everybody knows Clubhouse. So this will be an interesting match, and I'm hoping it'll be a lot more closer. I mean, 7-4 is close, but I'm hoping it'll be a lot more balanced at the beginning of the
yeah,
map than how what we saw on Coastline. Because I think that was like it was a 4-2. It should have been a 5-1 really, but
yeah.
I don't know.
And that's I think the story here is that WanteD were just getting outclassed, outstrategied, and outfragged, especially when they were on the defense, which is when you would say that they have the advantage because they're the ones that are able to set the pace, but they just weren't doing that effectively. So I think what I'm looking for Clubhouse at least is just for them to be a bit more controlling, especially on their defense, and just be get into the faces of the attackers more because when they showed that aggression, that was really really good. But anyway, we're gonna find out how Clubhouse goes, and we're gonna find out whether Machine Soldiers Academy take the full 3 points or just the one in a draw after this quick break. See you soon.
Chipping in the back, hyping me up, and he gets shot down. And he's literally playing like, oh my god, mixed Q! Mixed Q nearly gets on a crisp double by him. And his Q gets a little bit of sound Q. Gonna be done, mixed Q! And a triple for mixed. The sheer amount of intel, which for us what's happening, they know he's there, but they don't seem to react. Typical finds stuff out there, but no reaction. Oh, typical with a triple kill. Typical. I am just generally shocked. They were shooting at
Shooting a person, and that's the mind. Now we see both end up in a 1v3. Now got shot from there, and there's King on the player behind bar, and that's a careless mistake from Finesse. Finesse easily by Hunter, and now he knows that there's a player behind bar, and he can peek this, and that's a 1v3 clutch from Hunter. There he has to get into a 2v advantage. Probably like he's there, but never mind. Quite has something to say about that, and I think I see a lot of people blame him because the 1.5 is actually such a powerful fight to play. That's a nice shot from Quite, getting a double kill in a round, turning 3v1 into a 1v1, and now he's in a 1vx. She's gonna rotate to his big door, and that's a oh my god, that's a 1v3.
It's gonna be looking like Bakewood. Hell angles in there. Oh, Matrix! What a shot! Maybe two. Oh, Matrix! What the hell? Matrix! Are you insane? What was that? Oh, Matrix!
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Talent League. I'm so sorry, I'm gonna screw that up. And we are going on map 2 between Machine Soldiers Academy and Team Wanted, and I'm joined with Uncooked. Now,
Hello.
coming, I heard the yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Coming into Clubhouse, we saw map 1, MSC won that 7-4 quite convincingly, and we're looking to have a more competitive map on Clubhouse because
Yeah.
I mean, it's Clubhouse. I mean, it's Clubhouse. There's nothing to say about Clubhouse because it's Clubhouse.
Yeah, Clubhouse is one of those bread and butter maps that all teams should know how to play. I feel like the two definitely are Clubhouse and Oregon. Those two maps you definitely should know how to play if you want to have any sort of competitive chance at all. I'm hoping for like we said before the break, a more even first half as well, because that definitely seemed to be dominated by MSC. So yeah, hopefully it's more even. I mean, it would be nice, especially we saw some flashes of brilliance from the French side of Team WanteD, but it wasn't there all the time. So that's what I'm mainly looking for.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot to look forward to on this matchup. We're still waiting for Machine Soldiers to enter the lobby. I mean, I wanna, obviously we can highlight some of the players. Let's talk about Stern. We can talk about Discount, but the main player that I wanted to talk about was Tuscan because his smoke plays really impressed me. I felt like he played the smoke very well, or just to near perfection, and he was hitting some nasty shots with the SMG 11. I mean, Discount was hitting nasty shots with the 5. Stern could use any gun in the game and just hit nasty shots. I mean,
Yeah.
he did fall off towards like the end of the second part of it, but
Yeah.
he was hitting shots on that F2 like it was no tomorrow. I mean,
Yeah, it definitely is, especially as we're seeing MSC start on the attack again. So that means WanteD start on the defense, and this is where we had the most criticisms of Team WanteD was their defensive play wasn't very good. Like we said, defense is really where you can start to set the pace and really control the rounds, and they just weren't doing that effectively on Coastline. So hopefully on Clubhouse they can do that a bit better, and make sure that they're getting more rounds on the board, especially as Clubhouse tends to be more defender favored than Coastline is. I need to see more from Team WanteD. A 4-2 half is that's the minimum that they should get, and if it's 3-3 or anything below that, that's them done in my opinion.
yeah, I mean, not only do we want to see more, but obviously people watching want to see more from Team WanteD. I mean, it'll be a shame. I mean, they have to kind of win this one to get a draw, but
Yeah.
it'd be a shame for them to get another draw because I think that's like 3 draws in a row for them.
Yeah, every match they
And
would have played would be a draw at this point. Yeah.
yeah, and almost all of their points would have been draws, but apart from the forfeit. But I don't really count
Yeah.
the forfeit. Really, it's just a free couple points. But I mean, the best they can do is a draw. So that's
Yeah,
unfortunate for them.
that is feel that is I think the main issue here is that now Team WanteD aren't playing to win, they're playing to not lose. And as soon as you start to play to not lose, you almost certainly lose. And that's something we've seen across all tiers of play, from tier 1 all the way down to tier 4. And it's a big problem, especially as soon as MSE got that map point, WanteD they started to play to win, and then in that round, as soon as it started getting dire, they weren't playing to win, they were playing to not lose, and that's when it all fell apart. So this Clubhouse, it could be even more favored towards MSE because WanteD lost that first map.
Yeah, I mean, we're still having some issues here with somebody. Gosh, I just opened with somebody just having issues connecting to Ubisoft right now. But hopefully they end up connecting soon. I think that's just them connecting. Thank God. Because I think that would have been a free point if they ran out of time to Team WanteD. But I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, Clubhouse is a more defender sided. It has always been defender sided.
Yeah.
In Siege. So I mean, it's more of a chance for Team WanteD here to maybe be a bit more competitive on the defender side. But it'll be interesting to see how the switches come. Their attacker come when they eventually switch to their attacker half. First ban, I'm not gonna talk about it. I hate this so much because it's always gonna be a Thatcher ban. It's never gonna be anything else. Uh, second ban to come out. I mean, what are you expecting to see?
It could be something like a Twitch or maybe even a Flores, something like that. Really, it could be a whole host of bans. It will be the Buck again. So MSC really don't want to see this Buck in play. So if we're going by what we saw in the last game in Coastline, we will be seeing a Kaid ban from MSC and then a Valkyrie ban from Team WanteD, which honestly aren't bad bans for Clubhouse. The Buck ban again, it's an interesting one to say the least. But actually, be a Rooney is going to be banned out. That's MSC just really hitting us with all the surprises today. But I'm expecting to see a Kaid ban now, just because we have the Thatcher banned out. Although WanteD do start on the defense, so they might want to get an advantage. But nope, there is Kaid. He will not be able to be played.
Yeah, I mean,
But this means Valkyrie's on the board.
yeah, that's
What
true.
do you think about that?
I mean, I think the changes for Valkyrie don't come out until next season. Pretty sure because they had some issues implementing it in this season alone. So I think she's still able to throw her cameras outside. If I'm correct, if not, then correct me. But I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember, but it is still like an 8 or 10 second timer anyway. So
Yeah.
depending on the timing of when you throw those cameras, it still can provide some really, really useful intel. And as we highlighted, that there's Valkyrie right now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, right? It's just you can hide her cameras literally almost anywhere, and especially on the defender's side of the map, like Clubhouse. I mean, the Nook comes out after the six pick onto the Nook. What the Aruni comes out, then six pick onto the Nook. But like I said, on the defender's side of the map, like Clubhouse, you can hide Valkyrie's cameras in any spot, and it'll be, even if you bring an IQ, it's hard to detect and pinpoint exactly where those cameras are. And they also bring the mirror out along with the Valkyrie, so that's double the intel for this defensive side. And it's interesting. I mean, the Nook is also interesting too. I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting one. And we also see the Thermite in play. We didn't see. Well, I mean, Thermite actually get a lot of play on Coastline for a reason. But I want to talk a little bit more about the Aruni ban, because on Coastline and on both teams, actually, I think on both sides and almost every round we saw the Aruni played in Aruni games. Very, very useful for burning out utilities.
Yeah.
Against both teams when they went on their attacks, and I think that's kind of why they did it. Okay. Okay. Alright, Zayden. That's the first pick for Adrian. Good night.
Yeah.
And that's the usefulness of the Nook. I mean, if they just throw themselves at you, you can just kill people. It doesn't matter what operator you have. You can literally have a waffle stick, and if they just run right at you, you can literally kill them. I mean, that was a really free kill, and Zayden just gave it to him.
Yeah, a bit of a late setup for that spawn peak, and well, the FMG9 is certainly not a bad gun in any aspect of the word. That SMG does shred, and so does Den, finding Dayco right now. So already not a good start for WanteD. And to say, the Nook could be kind of a counterban to Valkyrie, obviously with that Hell presence, with her Hell gadget. It does remove the ability to be seen by the cameras, and well, if Adrian's just going to be fragging out like that, you don't even need to use the ability, as the Jaeger of Ive goes down, and now Yayo and Frozen are in a clutch. I don't know how many times we're going to have to say that this evening, but Frozen is going to start it off well. Yayo is as well looking to get a pick onto that gym window. He's going to be spotted out from construction. Hopping into bathroom now. This thing's hit a bit of a stalemate. We've still got half the round left.
Aiden's just been wasted on him from the person playing on the gym window. And his Nook is still persisting in construction. So he's gonna watch for any it does. And it's gonna be a couple of deep missed shots from Frozen. You know, missing the mark with that SMG. And it's gonna be a player pressuring him from a player pressuring him from everywhere, because he's dead now. And it leaves Yayo in the 1v4, but he's going to get killed anyways, because MSC are just a bunch of rats, and Yayo is just food in the pantry for them. And I don't know, because like we literally said, okay, you know, we kind of expect better from Team WanteD, and it's It's not looking so good. It's the very first round. They're gonna go back to gym bedroom, but it's not.
I'm finding gym bedroom a bit of an odd pick as well. Like, it's been kind of off meta for the past couple seasons. Honestly, it's tended to be the more tertiary site. We've seen CCTV cache and the basement be be a lot more favored, and there are plenty of good reasons why. Gym bedroom, I think, is the most. It was at least in stage 3 of tier 1 play, the most attacker sided site on
Attackers need to
Clubhouse.
locate and
Even bar
defuse as many
stage, which
bombs
was
as they
played
can.
less, so I guess the stats can be a little bit more invalid there. It was still more defender sided than gym bedroom was. I don't understand why WanteD have gone there, and they've gone there twice in a row. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, I think in competitive play, really, this site has found its rhythm in competitive play, not only in the T4, T3 scene, but also tier 2, T1, and then pro league and all that stuff. And
10 seconds
the
left.
reason why I think a lot of people go onto the site is because it is off meta and it can throw teams off. Because a lot of teams expect you to go to cash and CCTV
Attackers'
first.
objective is
And
to
a lot of
locate a
people
bomb
like
and
to go
defuse
gym
it.
because it does throw it off the attackers. And they might pick a certain wow, never mind. Naive is gonna be the first one to be picked, and that's Stern grabbing the first kill of the game. They're just rushing in here. It hasn't even been 10 seconds left, and oh my god, this count. Are you kidding me? Zayden is going to be smoked. And we've said this is a defender-sided map, but MSC are making this look like it's coastline before the rework. Oh my god, just a bunch of kills coming out. This count gonna grab a grenade. This round is over. It's done.
Yeah,
Next round.
like
Next round.
it's statistically a defender-sided map, but a Machine Soldiers Academy sided match, I think, is how we're going to say this. And he's then going to be prepping a nade. Now he's just going to send some pre-fires down through that logistics hatch, and there's Stern. Hello, Peekaboo is going to get taken out, down but not out, and Yayo is going to prevent this from being a flawless. Actually going to find a second for himself, but Den is there, pinched, pressured, and pincered from every single angle, and Yayo is not able to close out the round. That's going to be 2-0 up for MSE, and it's just this match. I don't see WanteD coming back from this, and I know it's really early to say that, but I don't.
What the hell is going on right now? I don't know. A lot of these kills, it's not even 5 seconds or 10 seconds that's passed in these rounds. And WanteD are just giving up the first pick each and every time. They're going to move to basement this time, and they're going to bring the Maestro and the Vigil out. I wonder if the Vigil's going to be 6 pick. I don't know if we entered the 6 pick phase. Sorry, I took my eyes off the screen for a little bit. It looks like we are past the 6 pick phase. And that's my... I'm just very shocked right now. This is Clubhouse. Clubhouse is attacker sided. Defender sided. It's always been defender sided. And Team WanteD are not making a good example of it right now. It's just looking off. Their holes are just being dismantled because they're getting smoked very early on. It's just as simple as that. There's not a lot of utility being used. Okay. A lot of utility being used from the side of MSC, just really a lot of weird peaks coming out from Team WanteD, and they're losing their heads, quite literally.
5 seconds to insertion.
It's impossible with this. I don't.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
I think it's fun. I mean, clearly it can be quite distracting, but you know, it just shows how confident MSE are right now, and I think there's a very good reason for that. WanteD are just not showing up today at all. That smoke canister being used up very early, not even 20 seconds into the action phase, and we're already seeing that utility having to be used.
Swapping.
Yeah, he's gonna use another smoke grenade. He's gonna use another smoke grenade, and again, a minute has not been passed. And then that's now okay. Now that's his third one, and now that's his gone. That's his protection in dirt gone, and he should back off for this. He should be smart enough to back off of it, but he's gonna contest even more, and now he's going to run away. I mean, this dirt.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, this dirt hole just is dismantled as fast as it was created. What's going on? What's going on here? Oh my god! Okay, that's what's going on. It's a swing from Zayden. He grabs a kill, but he's gonna get quickly traded out from Toucan. Another kill comes out from Frozen, making us a 4v3. This time, it's the first time that Team WanteD has had a man advantage in this map so far. It's only been 3 rounds, but it's the first time. Now, another kill this time coming out from Nook. Now, another kill coming out from Frozen. Just a bunch of kills, trades. And it's now a 3v2 man advantage for them. A player's gonna rotate to blue. Toucan is not gonna catch him out, but there is a player right on the television visual, and it looks like the Habana now on blue stairs. And they're kind of at a standstill. Oh god, okay. So yeah, he was literally right where the Habana was like looking at right now. And there's no there
you go, Deco gets found. 2 versus 2 now. This man advantage has evaporated. Toucan looks to burst onto the site, but Frozen. His refrag game is just so good, and now Stern left in the 1 versus 2. We've seen him do magnificent things before, but the Alder does go brute, and that's the first round for Team WanteD. Finally, as soon as they go to a site that's on meta, things go well. It's almost as if these sites are picked for a reason. Wouldn't you say, Wambi?
I mean, they went to a more on meta site this time, and guess what? They win. Now they're going on to another meta site in Cash.
Oh my god.
And hopefully they win this one, because if they go back to gym bedroom,
they're going back to gym. I don't understand.
They literally just pick Cash CCTV. Maybe they think they could change something here, but I mean they don't have a counter for the walls, and it's not like that's what's stopping Machine Soldiers, because they're just rushing in and getting these kills, and they're not really breaching a lot of the walls. Honestly, they're just, like I said, they're just using their guns. Even the support players are using their guns. I mean, I'm not too sure why they're going back. Maybe they think they can just read they're gonna, hopefully, maybe they play with the same aggression. They have this double intel game again from Yayo, Jacob, and they have Frozen on this mute that can deny drones, and they also have the well, I don't know if people consider her trap op or like intel gathering op, but they also have alibi. I mean,
10 seconds left before
okay, that's kind of, I don't know. I mean, the one thing that I found weird about their setup is like, if I can like pick it apart, it's not even just about them using their gunfights. Their setup is a bit weird too. They put that mirror on the left side of the wall instead of the right. Yeah, and they're also you know, we'll see. Maybe they win it. Maybe if he loses his gunfight, I can't tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And he probably is, because Dan is going to be sledging this wall right open. He's going to get a kill, does IE. But I don't think he knows how to play right now. Now he does, because Dan is going to get the position. And he's just going to put this on the Stern is going to... Oh my god, Stern. No, you didn't. And he just runs right out after he gets shot at. And then there's a player right below him. Now it's just Dan in the 1v5. Now 1v4 as he takes out care of IE. What does this map come down
we
to?
haven't even seen 45 seconds.
And
now half of the players are dead.
Dan is just like stunned.
I'm stunned as well. I don't know. It's been less than a minute, and all of this chaos has happened pretty much just inside of the garage. This one. Oh, that's why he was standing still. He was BMing in the chat, of course. What else do we expect from Den right now?
You know, I want to say this. The first time the MSC used to, wow, oh lord, the stream. The first time that they use utility is when they get like completely destroyed by that hold from Team WanteD, and I find it kind of funny. Cause like before they didn't really use a lot of utility. Even they just used utility in very basic places. And I mean, okay. He said he was giving them a free round, but clearly he's just gonna get the kills that he wants. And if he clutches this out somehow, he's not going to, because he doesn't have diffuser. He's going to stay below, and he's gonna get spotted out on the camera, so his position is known. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, they're gonna win gym bedroom. So I mean, they played this site better than how they played it the first 2 rounds. They lost. I mean, I don't want to jinx them, but this should be a team want to win.
This absolutely should be, and if they don't win this, it's because, you know, like we've said, rounds are being
Attackers
thrown because they
recovered the
keep
bomb
giving
diffuser.
the team with the man disadvantage their ones, and we're seeing, you know, these team wanted players are quite spread out. They're still in a position to give Den his ones. Right here, construction. All 3 players have now smelt blood in the water. The sharks have come hounding, and that's going to be the first round win on Gym Bedroom. The team wanted. Frozen closes out with the SMG 11, but that wasn't really on. That wasn't to do with the site. That was just due to a bungled garage take from MSE,
Yeah,
and
basically.
that's all there was to it. We
Got
cannot
taken out by
praise
one player.
WanteD for picking Gym Bedroom there, because it didn't matter what side they were on, because it all happened in garage. That's where the round was pretty much finished straight away.
Yeah, I mean, it started off really with Discount being the first pick, and I mean, Raptors control for any defender, regardless of the operator or regardless of the player playing on Raptors, is very easy to be. It's very easy to have a power position on Raptors, anyways.
Yeah.
But
Attackers need to locate
honestly,
and defuse
he's
as
only
many bombs
allowed
as they
1
can.
kill before he's taken care of, and I find it, you know, the big thing about that round that kind of caught him off guard, where Stern was at the door, he had a peek on them, and then he was getting shot at, and he decided to turn around and run off, and that's literally how he died. I don't think it's just, I find that weird because I don't see, I've never seen a player of his ability just run off like that. When, you know, you're faced with a gunfight, maybe he has to reload because the Type
10
89
seconds
is
remaining.
literally, it has, I don't know, the mag count for that gun is ridiculously low,
5
and it
seconds
can
to
burn
go.
3 bullets
It's
quite
a
easily.
21.
Yeah.
Or 20 plus 1.
And it can
Attackers are
burn
moving
3
out to
bullets
locate a bomb and
really,
defuse it.
really easily.
Yeah.
Smart mute jammers though for Frozen, I like this. I'll look at that. I love it. The mute changes, you know, they only protect a certain height of the wall, and I loved how he put it on that side of the wall where you can have a full angle on this garage, on that Raptors windows. That's beautiful utility placement, but that's a beautiful kill coming out from Dako onto Den, and you know, WanteD have found their feeding in these few rounds. You know, we've been talking bad about them, but you know, they've woken up clearly, and they're gonna look to grab maybe another point on the table. What the heck?
Oh,
Okay.
Adrian.
Dako. There's no
Really?
way. Got a double kill. Yeah. I mean,
That was a nasty whiff there from Adrian. Like, Dako wasn't even aware of the next position, but... Oh. Well, another good start from WanteD, but not really off of their backs. Many just from some poor plays
Time to make a new
from MSC.
yeah, I mean, some
And
utility,
Yeah. If... Yeah, sorry, I muted myself just to cough, but yeah, it's mainly just down to, like I say, just poor plays from Machine Soldiers that wanted to getting
Bomb
these
located
kills.
by
I
attackers.
want to see them sort of taking more control, but you know, still, you've still got to capitalize on the mistakes, which they are doing excellently, to be fair to them. So this is still. It's looking up for Team WanteD, especially if they win these next 2 rounds. We can say, yeah, they won their defending side on Clubhouse, and we said that they would go on the attack before, so maybe they can do it again. Watch out the door.
I mean, they have a lot of rounds to go with what happens. Unless one of these players or all of these players in the up at the same time, that it is going to be a night. This is going to be a night. So okay, that's one, and that's Dako with Team Nitro. So he doesn't catch anybody with it as expected, but he is probably going to catch a player that just randomly drops right in front of the wall. His wall is open as well, so I mean, Stern can literally just peek here. If a player rotates, they're probably going to die, or maybe they're going to kill him. We don't know. Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. A player right in front of them, and now Yayo's that kid, another player on this season window, and
Go.
it's only a. They have 13 seconds
Drop
left
the
now.
bomb
1v5 now.
Oh.
A nil v5. There's no way. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Flawless round.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
first flawless round we've
Really?
seen from Team WanteD. I mean,
Yeah.
good defensive hold. Well, I mean, wasn't really a hold, just them, just
They just
Daco going
they just
insane.
outgunned MSE. Just like
Basically, yeah. I mean,
pretty much all the negatives we had to say about Team WanteD just completely flipped onto MSE right now. They MSE weren't controlling the pace of the round. They were just whiffing shots when they really shouldn't be. You know, they're not really doing any counterplay. And it's, you know, and WanteD are picking them up on it. You know, WanteD are making sure,
Attackers
you
need
know,
to
to let them
locate and
know
defuse bombs.
this isn't over, and that's okay. There you go. The nice shots coming out of the chat. To be fair, it is quite impressive to get a kill when there's still 45 seconds into the action phase. So, you know, Daco really is just
What?
fragging out of his mind right now that
I just
even
noticed.
his own team isn't safe. You know.
I just noticed that. I was like, what are they saying nice shot for? Are they trolling? And I just see
10 seconds
one
left
player
before
just
insertion.
dead. God damn. God dang it.
5 seconds left before
Um,
insertion.
Who did Daco kill him?
Attackers
Yeah, it was
objective is to
Daco.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
Oh, and that's the one mine too. So no more.
Yeah,
more
it was
rechargeable
pretty much
discs?
immediately, so no were my discs at all. So yeah, I don't know if that was because of a skin or whatever that was, but it's definitely not the start that Team WanteD want, especially for such a pivotal round that round 6 can be.
The odds again. That's the oh my god. So no more rechargeable discs being used in this round, but it. I mean, hopefully it doesn't slow down Team WanteD since they are on a 3 rounds in a row for them. So hopefully they can translate it into 4 even in the 4v5 that they are in. And it looks to be a dirt hold coming in from Zidane as well as a dirt push coming in from the side of MSE with Khan and this now playing alongside each other. Wall open dirt, and then they're just watching for a player that's going to be on top of main stairs as well. But nobody's going to be on top of main stairs. I mean, they have the main 7 early on because of their own mistake. So really, they're gonna be playing around or even on site. I don't see them overextending their roam because they have an early man disadvantage. Anyways, the round's just going by very slowly. There's not a lot going on right now.
Yeah, it's we've hit a bit of a stalemate within the round, even though really you think there is a high chance for MSC to capitalize on the man advantage that they have. They didn't really get any intel from the kills, and now the man advantage doesn't exist altogether. Zidane is going to find discount, and that SMG-11 does ring true. Well, Toucan is there, and that's going to be the trade.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And still, this man advantage again is present for Machine Soldiers Academy, but it's getting close, and still
Bomb
50
located by
seconds left
attackers.
now. Something needs to start being done. Obviously, they've established this map control very quickly, but you still need to transition from map control to getting down onto the site, and that's definitely not a good way of doing it. And there's Ive with the double kill. Adrian as well gets caught out on those main stairs, and Stern from Blue is going to try and do stuff where he can, but Ive continues just to pop off and drag out. Toucan hits the deck, and now it's all down to Stern. Daco does get found, and now it's only 1 versus 2 versus
10
3.
seconds to
He
go.
might be able to do this. There's only 10 seconds left, and no defeat is going to be very close.
5 seconds remaining.
Frozen is doing just a really good job of holding on to this time, and Ive with the really extended pre-fire is able to find the kill. What a long spray, but in the desperation, Stern just was not prepared. 4 kills in that round for Ive, and yeah, we got that 4-2 half, and it didn't look like it was going to go well for Team WanteD, especially considering the unfortunate team kill at the start. But they brought it back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say on the St. John's side except it is attack on Clubhouse. Maybe they have a chance on their defensive side, and I mean a 4-2 half for attackers on Clubhouse is okay. It's kind of like the norm that you see. But I'm pretty sure they would have preferred a 4-2 on their behalf or a split.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
They're gonna
defused by
start on one of
attackers.
the strongest sides, or on bad sides. This is the opposite of what Team WanteD did, and they're gonna start on cash. And they had this Goyo in play. I don't think I've seen the Goyo all day, unless there was a Goyo. I have bad memory. I can't remember a single thing.
That wasn't a Goyo.
Yeah, there was what? We have it now. And Vector in play. Play, Nitro Silver play, the whole kit that Goyo does have. He has a really good
10
kit
seconds left
in
before insertion.
and he has a good amount of support around him when he gets
5 seconds to
the
insertion.
and also the mutes that been
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb.
interesting. I mean, this hole right here is actually
Yeah.
Reload.
We're seeing I was going to say a relatively slow start, but by comparison, we've seen a lot of explosive, early 30 seconds, so we're seeing a normally paced start of the round here. For Team WanteD, they're looking to just establish their map control quickly, and this main breach wall is going to be looking to get Maverick straight away, and you've just got, I think that's Ivan or Sophia just providing that cover from the rappel outside of the breach. Not quite going to be tricked away just yet, but there it is, the metal wall. And there's the impact to open it up. So now that breach is open fairly quickly. We've only seen 1 minute gone. And Yeo is going to find Adrian as well, so he's gone as well. MSE just haven't been doing well. Someone who has been doing well on that side, though, is Den. And Stern as well. We've been saying his name constantly. And he's going to find Dako now. 3 versus 4. The man advantage has flipped and now is in favour of Machine Sports Academy. Machine Soldiers even. I don't know why I said that. Jesus.
no, I mean Den is having a better game. A couple of good kills in this so far. And C2 on this round. He's gonna be pressured out, I believe, by 2 players, one below him, and then there's one right at his door, and then that's not even a kill onto the players on Raptor, that's a kill elsewhere, and I think that was a stern from Zayden. And it's now an even man count. They have these nades, they have these flashes, and they're going to pressure. They're going to put immense pressure on this player Raptor, and they're going to confirm the kill as well. Now 3v2, now 2v2 discount Raptor kill, this time onto Zayden, and now Dan grabbing a double on the round for himself. It leaves Frozen in the 1v2. He has the X Carols in play. Whether or not he's going to use them is going to, as of now, he's going to use 2 pellets to open up an angle, probably. From the wall through garage and CCTV to the door on Cash. But it doesn't matter because I think that was Den that killed him. Oh, yeah, Den. Yeah, Den put a dent in his head, and now that's the round for MSE. 4-3.
Yeah. I mean, that round, just, you think one team's going to win, then you think the other team's going to win, then you think the other team's going to win, and it just flip-flopped so many times. Yeah, as you say, in the end, Machine Soldiers were just able to close it out. Yeah, that was very difficult to call that round from start to the end, but as soon as it got to the 1v2, you started to think that maybe MSE had it in the bag, and indeed they did.
Defenders, protect
Now
your
we're going
bombs
to
from being
see
defused by attackers.
the basement site now, so MSE going to continue with a more standard site rotation. Well, it's been working out well for them so far, which is, you know, something that we couldn't exactly say for Team WanteD, because they went to Gym Bedroom 3 times and only won it once.
Oh crap, I like switched to the wrong screen. Yeah, they're gonna go down to basement this time, and
10 seconds
interestingly
remaining.
enough, you know, we've seen the Maestro picked on both sides, and it's going to ring
5
true
seconds
for
remaining.
MSE on this basement hold, because one thing about Maestro that's I kind of like, you know, is the main thing is his utilities, his evil eye cameras. It can, you know, take a lot of utility away from the attackers, whether that be hard breach pellets from Habana, whether that be the thermite charges, whether that be drones. He's very useful, and they also bring out the Malusi this time as well. And you know, we said this on Coastline, but I also wanted to pick on it a little bit. Is the fact that Malusi, even with her nerf, even with her having her nitro slower move, is still seeing a lot of play in competitive play, and I love to see it. I mean, I like Lucy. I love her ability. I love her character, and I like her guns, man. I like her.
All set to blow it up.
Yeah. Really good in these. Developers are going to get impacted, and so is Gero as well. That's after his HP gone already, and the Expire is knocked down from a little bit. No, they will not. But that's the hold that will grant Yayo the kill. Discount gets sent down. He was already at the basement, 6 feet below the ground floor, and now he's 6 feet below that. And so man advantage starts out early here for Team WanteD. And again, we're seeing these smoke players use their toxic bait canisters really quickly inside these basement rounds. You know, half the round is gone, and already all of them have been used. So it's definitely a commitment of the utility, and it's odd, I would say.
Now Yayo's gonna get traded out, but Careless, I want to talk about discount positioning right below that. I mean, there was a sneaky little pick. Okay, now speaking of sneaky little picks, Frozen's gonna grab the kill onto Adrian as he gets over aggressive on these holes that persist below him, and now Frozen's in a position to catch a player from dirt, and I believe that is Den. Dako's getting a kill as well. This hold from the Sea Soldiers is falling apart very easily, but Stern is gonna answer back with the kill. 3v2 now for his team, and I don't know where Den went. I think Den just rotated out. Oh, how the heck? What? How did he rotate right from dirt when the Habana is literally right on top of hatch watching that? There's no way. There's nowhere he could have. There's nowhere else.
Den's just too sneaky.
There's nowhere else here. I'm so confused. I'm very confused. Okay, now
Marius
they're
is gonna get the kill as well.
That's
Den is just too
careless.
sneaky, and now Ive's in the 1v2 again. And he's gonna drop exactly the same.
What the heck?
MSC should not be winning these rounds. They're like lemmings. You know, one player drops down hatch, dies. Second player drops down hatch, dies. Third player, oh, now I'm in a 1v2. Let me just drop the hatch. Because that's gone well for my teammates before, hasn't it? Like,
yeah, I don't really know what was going on. I want to talk more about Den on that positioning. We saw the Habana on top of hatch, and Den was in dirt. There's no way he can rotate out of dirt unless he runs outside of dirt to kitchen or runs right from dirt to armory to where he just ran off to. I don't know. There's no way. The Habana was watching that. There's no way she didn't catch him rotate or anything like that. Maybe
it's a very tight angle for sure. So maybe it was just, you know, it was classic siege timing. That we always talk about, you know, they look away for a second and that's when it happens. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just very shocking to me because if you're watching they know that a player is there in dirt. There's nowhere else he can go unless he runs right at the player that's in dirt or he runs right into armor. So even then, you don't take your eyes out of that position until that player is either dead or until that player is dead. Basically, there's no way. I refuse to stay like this, just run out like that. that's
Attackers
kind
have
of
recovered their
where
diffusers.
it's a mix of anger and confusion. That's kind of where
Yeah.
it's coming from. There's nowhere else he can run. There's literally nowhere else he can run. That's all. I think. Yeah. All right. That's
Now we're seeing the gym bedroom, and this is where we saw a lot of the attacking rounds get conceded when wanted to run the defense. So maybe this is where we'll see this happen as well. But in the opposite way, this could be WanteD's chance to get around, because these rounds, they have been close. But MSC have just been able to, clutch up in the end, but maybe on a more attacker-sided site like this gym bedroom. Maybe WanteD have a chance here, and while that explosion is certainly not going to do any good, Stern just hops right back out of there, but uses that salvation station of the Thunderbird. He jumped right back in, and I don't know if WanteD are actually aware that he's come back inside, but now they are. Frozen is going to find Stern, take his head right off, but Adrian is there with a refrag. Ive takes down Discount as well, so now the man advantage is for WanteD. But then he's being sneaky, just lurking
Attackers have
below on
located a
those
bomb.
blue stairs. And that could come into play. Just a late round flank could be all that MSC need to take the round advantage for the first time in this map since round 4.
Yeah,
Attackers
Tukin is
recovered
just
the
below
diffuser.
this hatch and logistics, and 4v3 man advantage for Team WanteD. Now there's a player that persists on logistics hatch, and he's just gonna be there to watch any rotations, maybe from Tukin, who will probably rotate below the hatch into construction. So I don't see that as a possibility. Adrian's just gonna be ego
Bomb has
peeking
been located.
anything with this pistol. I mean, if he
Does
can
he
hit
have
the
the
shots, why
shotgun
not?
as the primary? Like, that's my question.
He probably does, because the shotgun is extremely well. People say it's broken, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
broken
the only
in the right hands.
conceivable reason that I can see that he would be using the pistol right now. Because otherwise he's just throwing it. Someone who's not throwing those, then he's going to take eyes off. And actually, this round advantage again has fallen into the hands of MSE. It can't keep happening on me. It just can't. Surely.
It's gonna keep happening if Team wants to keep
Oh
letting
my-
it happen. I mean, again, this goes back to the round on basement where I was completely flabbergasted that they let Dan rotate away from them when they knew he was in dirt and they knew that he had no other avenues to leave. It's the same thing happening here. Really, it's just a lot of easy kills that MSC are being gifted. They don't have to really work for these kills. And this Adrian, like, getting these one taps with this pistol, he's ego peeking everything with these pistols and winning gunfights that he probably shouldn't be winning.
Attackers need
And
to
that's
locate and
kind of
defuse bombs.
what's happening with Team WanteD. This echoes what happened on Coastline, where it was literally just them losing gunfights they shouldn't be losing and giving their ones to players
Yeah.
that they shouldn't be giving their ones to. And I mean, if I could compare them to a team that I watched in Challenger League, it's Hellraisers. I remember them playing against, who was it? I think Helios,
Yeah.
the one team that kept banning Ulsa and then banning no operation. BS like that, where
Yeah.
it was like one player was literally left in a 1v4 twice, and they kept beating this player his one over and over and over
Yeah,
again. And
that was the two
that's what Team
consecutive
WanteD are doing.
1v4 clutches for Nitro
Yes.
on Oregon you're thinking about.
Yes. And it's what's happening to Team WanteD here, and it echoes what happened on Coastline as well. And that's kind of where my concern is coming in, because if they keep beating these players their ones instead of working together as a team to pinch these players out of position, and I hope that's what they're doing with Discount, because Discount looks to be on 25 HP, I think that is. And he's the smoke player, so if they kill
Yeah.
Discount, I mean, they have a pretty good shot at winning this round, because a smoke on Cash CCTV is very pivotal to a hold on Cash's CCTV basically.
The problem is for WanteD is that having just one player alive on MSE has also been pivotal in these rounds. It doesn't matter you know, how many players they have alive, they are just winning these rounds when they really should not be.
Attackers drop
So,
the diffuser.
I can't see this going any other way, and actually Deco is nearly going to get very lucky with those random sprays through the wall,
Gathering
but is
intel.
not going to be able to find any treasure. But he has gone digging. Still, you're talking about all of these potentials and these what-ifs, but it's still a 5 versus 5.
Attackers
And
have
MS,
located a
even when
bomb.
they're in a man disadvantage, they're still able to claw it back. So, like, they just look unstoppable right now. And there you go, discount. Doesn't matter how many HP he's on, if he's able to
Attackers
click
have
the
recovered their
head,
diffuser.
and it doesn't even matter. 25 HP, but now 0 on IE. He's gonna go down.
It doesn't, yeah, like you said, these guns, it doesn't matter the damage that these guns do as long as you're able to click heads. A headshot is easy.
Yeah.
Kill any other day. People would prefer getting a headshot rather than getting body shots in this game.
Yeah.
Regardless of the situation, and that's what happened. He just got a nasty headshot on Taib, and that's the Sophia gone, concussions and impact nades gone. And it's leaving Team Wanted at a standstill. They're playing, it's not like they slowed down because they're already playing slow, but it looks like they just don't have a game plan. Like, they don't really know what to do. Yayo, though, is going to get a
Bomb has been
nade
located.
kill onto whoever that was, Stern, and he's going to, like, just climb the ladder up onto construction. And I'm pretty sure they just have this wall open, and it looks to be a construction push as well as maybe a main wall push coming in from the Maverick. And Maverick calls, but that's a kill from Discount, clicking the head of Yayo, but then Zidane immediately trades that out. 3v3 man count between both
15
teams,
seconds left.
and 15 seconds left. So the defenders, I mean, not the defenders, but the attackers have to move into site very quickly. Zidane's going to grab another kill. There's a player on the Raptors that he has to worry about. And the plant is going down, but not anymore. Now it's left Deco in the 1v2 clutch. I am very confused. Now, I'm not going to be confused because this round is going to go in the hands of MSE, but it's just, this is, okay. I mean, it wasn't even man count, and basically, maybe it wasn't even a maybe. It's the lack of intel that's going on, really, from Team Wanted, is because they were in the 3v3, right? Everybody from MSC knew where they were, but Team Wanted didn't really have any, conclusions or any confirmed positionings on where MSC were, and that's kind of what the downfall was, really. And I don't know.
Yeah. It's an
Attackers
interesting
need to
one,
locate
honestly.
and
Like,
defuse as many bombs as they can.
I'm just going to ignore the chat right now because that's the opposite of what MSC want us to do. They want us to
I'd say if there was a
oh,
mental
my
game
mind is
going
gone.
on in
I'm
this,
so sorry.
no, you're fine. I would say if there was a mental game going on with
Yeah.
MSE is most definitely winning.
10 seconds
Team
remaining.
Wanted looks completely defeated in this matchup. Whether they're focusing on
5
the
seconds
team,
left.
the all chat, whatever the case may be, they look exhausted. They look exhausted on coastline, and now they're looking exhausted on here. And if they lose this will be their first loss of the season. But I mean, they desperately, well, not desperately, if it's still the beginning of the season, but they need points. You know what I mean? They need to get a win sooner rather than later. You know, draws are not going to completely do it for you, and it's kind of annoying seeing them play the way that they're playing against MSC now, because Team Wanted have a lot of potential. This roster has a bunch of potential. I've seen them play, and they can play well. Okay, you know what? Yayo is gonna shut me up because
For
he's
a
gonna get
minute,
first
I
kill
thought
onto
that was
Discount.
Ive that got that kill, and I was very, very confused. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's like we said, time and time again, we're seeing flashes of brilliance, but they're just never able to actually close out these games. And that's the thing, is this mental game, MSC are very clearly winning it right now. And just this vertical. Yayo has been able to see Adrian so many times, but just unable to get these kills. And that's it, just these frustrating moments when you're already down bad, like Team WanteD, they're just so much more infuriating. And it's even more difficult to play. And this is the situation we're in right now. MSC are just looking to annoy Team WanteD. Okay. I keep thinking that these are the wallbangs, but they're not. That really confused me. Okay, 2 versus 5. Surely, you know, this can't go wrong for Team WanteD. Surely they can at least get this round. Because if they don't, I will. I will get a cerebral hemorrhage and also cry. And yeah,
There's no way they lose that.
Can tag up Den. Please just win one attacking round, Team WanteD. Please. Yeah, it's gonna find Den now 1 versus 5 for Stern. This is all but confirmed right now. And he's gonna be droned out as well. His position is known. Rotating back through blue. Ive is going to fall not a flawless, but finally a round on the board. Hopefully this can be a little bit of a confidence booster because Team WanteD had desperately needed it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they turned off the all chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened because they looked a lot better that round. And this time, you know, it didn't turn into like this 5v2 turning into a 2v2 then a 2v1. You know, it worked out well in the end for Team WanteD and they grabbed this round. Now they're 1 round away from match point. They're 1 round away from confirming overtime. Holy crap! Yeah, this game's taking brain cells away from me. But
yeah,
Attackers need to
I
locate
mean,
and defuse bombs.
it's hopefully they do something. They take this round and maybe we'll see an overtime. Then maybe they can get another point onto the board. I don't know what's going on. I mean, if MSC win this, we get an interview with them, and
yeah, no thanks.
That's gonna be extremely goofy. I don't.
Considering how the all chat has been this game, that's not a future that I fancy. That's not a future that I fancy seeing, anytime soon.
You're gonna love.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I have my doubts.
5 seconds left before insertion.
I'm gonna be honest, I have my doubts.
Attacker's objective is
Anyway,
to defuse
getting
the
into
bomb.
the game, the action phase now on this gym bedroom defense. We've seen MSC win this quite considerably on defense before. Hopefully they can do it again. But yeah.
They're
But
going
then that
to
also means that we haven't improved Den. I'm not quite gonna be able to get the kill here on the garage rafters. That just forces the defenders back a little bit here now. Shiko peeking around, not gonna be able to find anything, and the red stairs as well. These deployable shields, there's just so much utility that WanteD have to get through at this point. And Discount not able to find any of these frags either, so shots flying in all directions, but nothing actually connecting so far. And that was very close. There comes a grenade. Still no kills, and it feels like we should have seen something by now, and there it is. Dako is going to take out Adrian.
Yeah.
And this is another good start, although Den does find Ive with that C4. Yeo with the refrag though, as the man advantage still continues to be in the favour of WanteD, half the round gone, and we are seeing that the Jacuzzi wall is already open. So that's still looking quite favourable for the attacking side of WanteD right now, and they still have the diffuser in hands as well, so they're not really being pressured into much. They're just gonna hold the angles, and there's Discount taken home by Frozen Ice Cold. The French fragger remains, and now it's only 1 versus 4 for Toucan. This could be the overtime that WanteD are looking for, and actually Frozen's just gonna try and get this plant down. Where is Toucan? Where is his plant denial? It's nowhere. The C4's already been used, and here he comes up the main stairs. The shotgun comes out, and while it's a good gun, Zayden is just better in this engagement. Overtime secured. And this is... I'm happy that WanteD are actually doing well, because Coastline was a fairly embarrassing performance.
To be honest, it was mainly, well, I would say that it was mainly on their defensive sides where it was like embarrassing. But on their attacking half, they looked a lot better, and it kind of translates into their attacking half here. Even though they lost, I don't know how many rounds in a row to MSC. You know, it's a little bit of a headache right now because I want to talk a little bit about MSC and what's going on with them. Maybe gunfights, they're losing them, and they're
Attackers need to
also giving
locate
up
and
a lot of
defuse
control
bombs.
to the attackers as well.
Yeah.
To especially on garage rafters, especially in CCTV cache. You had Den from below with the nitro cell, and he did have a good idea with playing off of that nitro cell and then getting a kill, but he was also lit up in the process of, I think, throwing that nitro cell, and then he went back to battle again. It was just you know, I don't want to really talk about the gunfights, but
Attackers
also
have
just
discovered the
just
location
giving
of a
up
bomb.
map control as easily. And you could atone, and it is a tone to those gunfights because, you know, when you get a kill in a certain part of the map, you then gain control of that part of the area
Yeah.
because the player playing there is no longer there no more. It's just
5 seconds
MSC
to
on
insertion.
their defensive parts just don't. I
Attackers
want
are
to
moving
say
to defuse a
I don't
bomb.
know what's going on with their defensive part. Really, is, you know, gunfights, because at the end of the day, it sees the FPS. Spot who can click. God dang, I stutter so hard. Who can click heads the cleanest, and you know, and the utility game is a part of that as well. Pre-placed nitro cell comes out though. I think that was then, and they're gonna be probably working off of intel to get that nitro cell to work in their favor. The type of push that seems to be going on here, though, it seems to be a lounge push as well, combined with a garage push, as well as combined with the CCTV wall push. So maybe they look to pressure the players out of lounge to discount the nitro cell from below, as well as push the player off of what was that? Oh, I thought that was a nitro cell. But what was I gonna say? They're gonna push like lounge to discount the nitro cell from below, or counter the nitro cell from below, as well as cut off any rotations. And then you also have the player being pushed off the rafters to gain raptors control, so they
Located a bomb.
can get easy plant into CCTV. They don't have this wall open though. They have a part of it open on the far right side or bottom right side of the wall, and they have the Jaeger in support of this player's on rafters. He's gonna get lit up and pressured though, but not a lot is being done by Team WanteD. They're setting up their positions though.
Oh
What?
no.
No,
That's so unlucky, that siege timing that we've talked about time and time again. As soon as he looks to destroy the drone, that's when Ive comes in, and that's the rafters control, and all of this utility now taken off the board. You know, we're seeing ADSs, we're seeing mute jammers, and even those Wamai discs as well, all going to be taken on out. And speaking of Wamai, he is also no longer on the board, so no more recharges for him. Stern though, 11 kills. We've seen him constantly top fragging, especially for his team, and he's got to look to do something along with Den and Discount, who's kind of had a bit of an off game here. He's not really had the same impact we've seen him have on Coastline.
Man, I think he was like 15-7. And you know, the same
Yeah.
thing can be said about Stern. Stern has had a rough time, and he's gonna continue to have a
Oh,
rough time.
yeah.
As he's 11-11. Oh, okay, Den is gonna come in the flank from behind, but he's gonna reload right as he gets shot, and his discount left in the 1v4. The fuser's down, but he's not even gonna be useful in the sense of his smokes being set off. Even though his smokes went off, they still get the plant off, and that's the round for Team WanteD, and they move on to overtime match point. I swear, if they get another point, I'm gonna lose it. They can't seem to get the full 3, or they just can't lose. They have
Yeah.
to get a point.
It's unbelievable. Like we say, the all the matches they've played have been draws so far, and this one looks like it could be quite similar in the outcome, considering how much of a mental hole we're seeing MSC in right now. And now we're WanteD are on the defense, which we've seen be a more favored side, and I worry.
I don't know. I mean, MSE have looked better on their attacks. Well, you know what? I don't even want to say they look better on their attacks.
Defenders,
It's been
protect your
even
bombs from
on
being
both their
defused by
attacks and
attackers.
defense. Really,
Yeah.
they look strong on. Well, they look okay on both sides. Strong is a little bit of a stretch, right? But to be honest, I don't know. You can say the same thing for WanteD, really. I don't know. Man, it's really hard to call it at this point. Team WanteD have been great in these last few rounds,
Attackers have located
but
a bomb.
MS have uh, at this
Not
point.
doing great.
Yeah, at this
10
point, I
seconds
don't know
left.
what to predict because they could surprise us and then pick an overtime win, and then we
5
could hear
seconds to
Den
go.
literally be like, "We were absolutely trash in this game."
Yeah.
Attackers are moving
I don't
to
know.
defuse the bomb.
I'm hoping for better, but Clubhouse has been a little bit entertaining, a little bit better than what we've seen from Coastline, and Aib is actually gonna get lit up from a spawn. I don't know from where. I think he probably peeked from blue. I think that
Yeah,
was
that would be
blue.
my assumption as well.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
blue.
judging by where Stern is, I'm assuming that probably was from blue, and Ivy is going to come off worse in that exchange, so... You know, WanteD, they look set to get this draw out now. We've heard time and time again about how they're getting... How they are is just drawing, but, you know... It's looking more and more likely the further we go on in this matchup, I've got to say. Now, with a minute gone, MSE haven't really put any sort of pressure onto the site at all. There's not much really happening. They're just sort of establishing the upstairs map control, which, by the looks of things, has just been given for absolute free. All of the defenders are actually on the site, which is a massive oversight from WanteD. You know, they've given up all of the map control immediately. And this is just not what you want to be doing at all. And well, Stern knows the location of Dako, and Dako now is aware that he knows. There's a mutual awareness going on, and Toucan just a little bit too late to catch that rotation out from Dirt. And as we hit another little standstill, WanteD, they're just holding their ground right now, and they're in some really good positions for this last minute.
Yeah, all 5 of them
Here
are
we
on
can
site.
see Adrian pushing down blue now. Ive looks to be the first for this interaction, and Adrian's just a little bit late.
By attackers.
And both of them now going to be a lick away from death. But it's actually Yeo to find Den first. First off, this blue engagement is looking to be finished a little bit later, and actually Adrian's going to be downed. Ive does catch that, and 40 seconds left. It's all falling apart for MSC now. It's Discount. Looking to push in from blue. Actually, never mind. They managed to get the man advantage back in their favour. 2 versus 2 now. Now 1 versus 2. Frozen is in the clutch situation. And is he aware of this positioning? It's a game of cat and mouse right now. And with 20 seconds left, this time could be the other defender not quite able to get the angle. The plant is going to go down. And now 40 seconds on the clock, though more like 30 because of the defuse time. And MSE looks set to take this round once and for all. Frozen is not going to be able to hit those shots. And MSE just pull it back from the brink of death.
I mean, I'm kind of tired of saying the same thing when it comes to both these teams, really. When it's like, every time that Team WanteD gets a man advantage, they seem to lose it. That's kind of where my frustration kind of comes in, because they were in good positions on site. They had these good power positions in sight. One was in generators, two were in armory, 2 were in church. And they were watching for these entrances coming in from Moto, coming in from literally anywhere that the attackers could come into. And somehow they still lose it. Somehow they are still getting picked off. I'm just it's very confusing to
Defenders,
me to
protect your
watch
bombs
that
from being
because
defused by
it
attackers.
happens every time we think that they're going to win a round,
Yeah,
and it's odd to watch. I mean, in all honesty, I thought Team Wanted were going to win that round. I thought
yeah,
they were, and I thought this was going to be another point for them, and then we would have ended. But now it's not, and we're in overtime match point. And
yeah.
I'm not mad that we're in overtime match point. I'm not mad at all. I'm a little bit disappointed in Team Wanted because they had the advantage there in that round, and they
10
should have won
seconds
it,
to
but
insertion.
they didn't. And now they head into this round, and now they have to win this round to gather a point.
5
If
seconds
not,
to
then
insertion.
MSC take the full 3 points.
Yeah. And yeah, that's all it comes down to. Everything that's happened so far in this match, it's essentially a best of one, but with rounds now. And that's all it comes down to. So yeah, it's tense. I can definitely feel the tension in the lobby. I'm pretty sure you can probably feel the same. As you know, it's do or die now for really for MSE, because they've been fighting from behind this entire time, but MSE they've had such a great advantage for most of Clubhouse, and if they do manage to just throw it away at the very last hurdle, it will be a shame for them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
And it will really, the pressure really is with MSE right now, because WanteD, they've, like I said, they've been fighting from behind. They haven't been able to do much, and actually Adrian isn't going to be able to catch this, but Den is there. Dako gets shut down.
I want to really quickly about what this one my hold is. I mean,
A
he
bomb
got
has
killed.
been
What?
located.
He got killed from where did he get killed? You know what? I'm not even gonna
Den
warp
was
on that.
above,
Oh, he
I'm
got
pretty
killed
sure.
from gym window. Okay, I see that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I didn't know. But I really want to talk about this with my hold because the one thing that you see when it comes to there, see that's what I'm talking about. I don't know what.
What? So WanteD were just able to just stroll in. What? I think what happened there is Zidane just walked in from main breach onto rafters and was able to find the kill onto Toucan.
Come on,
I'm not even that shouldn't happen, honestly. And there's Discount gonna get taken down as well. Double kill for Ive, and now it's 2 versus 4. Make that 1 versus 4. Den is got in the clutch of his lifetime. He still has that Hardnall on the C4, but he only has the SMG-11, and there is Zidane to close it out. And what a round from WanteD, honestly.
You know, I was gonna talk about the Wamai in that round because I was gonna say when you play Wamai, especially on rafters, you don't usually put your Wamai disc on the rafters. You usually put them like on around the doorway or on the door frame, or I'm so sorry, the wall that surrounds the door frame of garage door, because it's easier to like I don't know how to explain it, but it's easier to get the throwables on the rafters of garage when you have those with my disc literally set up on the rafters. And I'm so confused by that hold. It kind of confused me, and it hurt my eyes because I love Umai, and I've
Yeah.
never seen people do that with him, and it's kind of shameful, really.
Yeah, it was certainly quite interesting to say the least. And well, WanteD, they got they got their draw like like usual. There's there's a pattern here. I'm sure you can probably see it. They're drawing again.
Yep, that's what the rumors to say about that. They get another point. I mean, MC, despite dropping that second map, to be honest,
Still in
they took the
second.
point. They're still second, and
Yeah.
Team Wanted, they get another point. I think that puts them at 6. They're just gradually getting points. Maybe next time we'll see them win. But
Yeah.
I'm just I don't know what to say about that matchup. I'm just a lot. It's a lot of weird plays going on, especially mainly on Clubhouse. I'm probably gonna watch this VOD again just to kind of like look over and see the weird plays that I saw, and just to see me freak out just like for a little bit maybe. It's just I can't. I don't know. There's not a. I think I'm mentally done. I think that's what
Yeah,
it is.
that my brain cells are going to need to recover after that game, and pretty quickly too, considering I have exams tomorrow. So this game hopefully it didn't damage my my brain too hard, because well, I kind of need it. It's kind of essential to it to live as well. Fun biology fact for you: you need your brain. Um, yeah, that game just kind of got really chaotic at the end. I think that's all there really is to say. I mean, how much analysis can you really do when you have
Not a lot, really,
plays like
especially
that?
in this
It's just
matchup.
everyone's just winning gunfights they shouldn't, and losing gunfights that they shouldn't be losing. So
Real
that's
turning point on Clubhouse was the Maverick literally jumping through breach when a player is on box and
like,
cash,
what was
just
that?
watching that. I don't know. No call came in because the guy on the box, I don't know if he looked away for a hot second, but ultimately it just didn't work out. And I think that should be all for us today, because there's not a lot more we can say. All right, there's not a lot more we can say, and I'm I'm mentally
Yeah.
over this game. That's it.
Yeah, thank you,
Um,
1B, for your incredible co-casting.
yeah,
Made
thank
it
you.
bearable just to get through that game, because honestly it was ridiculous. Thank you, Trippin, for your amazing observing and producing here on the stream today. Appreciate you greatly. And yeah, that's been it for Talent League today. I'm gonna need to go to sleep immediately, because that's the only way I can reset from that. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon ish.
Yes.